Okay, well, Nicole, thank you for joining us today for the interview.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, no, thank you. I know it has been a busy day and you're just off from work, and we really appreciate you taking time to share with us your learning experience with Coach Masters Academy. And first of all, let me congratulate you for completing your 75 hours of certificate training. Woo! And you're much on the way right now towards applying for your credential as a coach. Well done. Well, that really speaks a lot of it really speaks a lot about you in terms of what this profession is about. And I think we have come to a point to recognize that coaching is going to be an industry, and that's why having proper certifications and then moving on to earn a credential is a way to validate what this industry is all about. So while we like to use this time to get some insight from you about your journey in becoming a professional coach. So first of all, would you like to share with me, what are some of the highlights, of your learning with Coach Masters Academy?
My highlight of learning was the 75 hours. Within those 75, I think that my biggest takeaway from that is it's really the awareness and clarity and choice.
Wow.
Approach, that strategy of coaching, because it's very simple, but it's very fundamental, I believe. It can be coaching, can be anything outside of coaching, but just we as human beings being aware of what we think, why we think it, and then what it means to us, and then having clarity on our thoughts, our desires, knowing what we want, knowing why we want it, and knowing, every other emotional
Precisely.
those things are, and then the choice that clarity leads us to. So just how revolutionary, yet how simple that three-step approach is. I think that in and of itself was really the highlight of all 75 hours.
Yeah, precisely. I like the way you articulate it. It's simple but yet profound. And I think we like to keep it simple because I think it's the purest of things that really gives a great impact. And as you say, it's all about that special conversation. Everything that you do or attempt to do to make change happens in a conversation. Of course, you're talking about in an adult context. I mean, you don't have conversation with kids and expect to change them. But we're really talking about in the adult world. Where we really want to, inspire change. What is the media here that we use? Is all about that conversation. How are you going to carry out that conversation? And as you clearly express it, why are we doing the things we are doing? What is driving our behaviors? Until we get a sense of what drives it, well, there's no way we could change it. That's why the meaning part of it is really very important. People construct meaning. People need meanings to make certain actions sustainable, and some of the actions that we do are not very empowering. You know what I mean? But it does have a meaning attached to that. So until they get a sense of what does that mean for them personally, if not otherwise, it will be so difficult for them to then make a choice to change. You know what I mean? So I think the framework of awareness, clarity, and choice conversation is a very simple, robust, but yet profound, framework.
Yeah, and it even changes every conversation, not only your coaching conversations,
Precisely.
but conversations that you have with yourself.
Yes.
And then that self-maintenance, that the introspection.
Precisely.
How you are introspective.
Yes.
The conversations that you have with people that you knew before you started coaching, like your friends and your family and such, because it changes what you think is important in a conversation.
Precisely.
Like you said, it's very simple, yet it's very profound.
Yes, and I'm so fascinated by the application of this framework that it goes outside a formal coaching, as what you mentioned, because at the heart of what is the engine that makes this framework work is all about how people learned. And learning happens in almost every context. It's not only in coaching context people learn, but in our day-to-day conversation, as you strike a conversation, what is the primary aim? Our primary aim is, what do we understand about ourselves? What do we understand about other people? What do we understand about the world around us? It is true that making sense of how things operate, that we can sort of like be more choiceful. So this piece, the conversation is so robust. It allows you to apply, integrate it in all aspects of your interaction with people through a very special conversation that focuses on heightening the awareness and deepening the learning, drawing out the deep insights so that we can see the reality and what it is, not through some form of lens that has been distorted, by our reactivity or by our drivers and not serving us. I mean, wow, thank you.
Thank you.
No, and what else besides the framework as one of the highlights of this learning journey? Is there anything other interesting thing that struck you in this 75 hours of learning journey?
Well, one good thing is that I'm a very hardworking student when I'm a student. And one thing that I really enjoyed was how involved the training was. So I can't remember how many times I was on the phone with Maya talking about the process and then the application and stuff. And she would be very kind to call me personally. Just whenever I had a question, she would just call me and then explain over the phone and then follow up an email. And then even in the course, I was having sessions like 3 times a week sometimes. Either we have like our set session on Zoom, or I meet with some of the classmates and then we go over stuff like 3 or 4 times a week for the whole time that we were in this. So it was very busy, but it was a good busy because learning, and then you get the community. So if you can't meet that week, it's fine because they're meeting the next week again. So like really the community and how involved everybody was, including yourself, including all of the staff, etc. Everybody was just really involved and really invested in each other.
Yeah.
Really nice on that side as well.
Well, after all, it's a 75-hour long journey. We want to make sure it's worth going through. And I'm glad it turns out very well for you, and it really makes learning rich when you are involved in a very interactive way of learning something and at the same time feeling supported. I mean, I don't mind dying if I know that it's worth dying.
Hopefully that's not going to happen though.
Well, I think with the support, it really makes the process a meaningful journey. As in, you know what you're getting out of it, and there's a great value and benefit. And I can't speak more than that, than the environment, because any educator will clearly, emphasize the learning environment. What kind of learning environment are you creating for your students? Because, in this kind of training, we are not just wanting to just transfer just knowledge to our students. We are more a holistic approach of having them becoming a professional coach, with the upholding the noble calling that this is a professional, this is a training that will grant you the tool to make an impact. You know what I mean? Like Kung Fu Panda, one of his famous kind of like episode, it is the being that really makes the doing meaningful and impactful. And what makes coaching an exciting journey is not about doing coaching, but that you are in a position that honors this noble mission of reaching out to another humanity and lifting them up. So that whole formation is a critical part of this 75 hours journey that we want to make sure that we get the best support both at the administrative level and also at the learning level, that we create that environment of, yes, it's going to take effort, as a way of upholding the international standard, but yet at the same time, the effort is worth going through because it is meaningful and it's beneficial. So I'm so glad that the 75 hours of learning journey turned out so well for you.
Yes, it did.
Great. Well, I'm aware that you're a very busy person. So in closing, I would like to find out from you, how does this training impacted you as a person?
It's impacted me as a person. So it's impacted me a lot professionally.
Wow.
In my career and the kind of self-branding that I can have. So that's a very big impact. But
Wow.
As a person, it's impacted me because it refocuses. I think for anyone who goes through the training, it refocuses to think about awareness, clarity, and choice. So no matter what you're thinking, no matter what you're going through or anything like that, then you just go back to your training. You go back to that, deepen the awareness and then build the clarity and then make a choice from there. You don't just make a choice just because you're thinking in your head. First there's awareness and then there's clarity. And that's how you maintain.
Precisely.
So that focus is something that I gained personally from the program. Professionally, I gained a lot because now I'm not only certified, I'm not only an ICF member, but I'll also be a credentialed coach soon. I just finished my logs, and I realize I have enough hours.
Wow! Congratulations!
And so I'm 25, and just to think that this is how my career is going.
Yeah.
I can do anything with coaching, and it's really inspiring to
Yes.
be on like this. And then even at the end, I don't need to do anything else. Just work really hard in the training, and then at the end, boop! Oh, okay, you have also a credential now.
Wow!
It becomes real at the end.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, I think I've really benefited a lot, and I can't thank my boss and my HR guys for approving this, and for you guys for being so nice about it. But I think I have a lot of takeaways from this, and we'll see what my takeaways are in the next couple of years.
Wow. It's such a joy to see the delight in your face, to see the aspiration and what the future lies for you, and looking at that future in a very positive and hopeful manner. I think that's the way we live our life. You find your passion, you find the language to speak it out loud, and then you live it out every day. And I'm sure your journey moving forward is going to be more aspiring. Thank you. Now, any last words to our friends out there, who are considering, doing a kind of like coaching certification training? What would you like to say to them?
Go for the credential. Credential. There's so much that you could do with coaching. There's so much. Like I'm in international programs, right, in higher education, and just with that credential, with this training, with this network, it's just unlimited what I can do. This can influence our curriculum design. It can influence the services that we have for our students, and it can influence like the clientele that we can get, and whether working with corporates or working with individuals or stuff like that. So go for the credential. You'll never know where it will lead.
Precisely.
Very, very valuable to have. It's a very valuable network. It's a very valuable training. It's a very valuable skill. So go for it.
Thank you, Nicole. Thank you so very much for joining us, for taking time off for today's interview. And I think your words, your learning experience will inspire other people. So once again, on behalf of the Academy, we want to extend our greatest appreciation and wishes you all the best in the future that's going to unfold before you. Thank you.